Hi, everybody. This is Eddie Richardson.
My name is James.
Shemel LeVar, Big Sarge Curry.
Carolina Love.
And this
is
my 10 minutes.
My 10-minute story.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of My 10-Minute Stories. It's your host with the most, KJ Bradley, and I am here with my guest today, Miss Queen Pringle of Cornerstone Visionaries. How you doing, Miss Pringle?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you?
I'm well. So glad to have you on the show. So let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off. 10 minutes to talk about your favorite subject, which is you and your organization. Tell me a little bit about your background.
Awesome. So, like you said, my name is Queen Pringle, and I am originally from New York City by way of South Carolina from my parents. And I joined the military out of college, kind of in a typical manner. You know, we get to college, we have huge dreams, huge aspirations, but not quite ready and prepared for what that life looks like. So after about 2.5 years of college, I joined the Air Force. I was in one of the most demanding fields ever. I was in security forces. I know a lot of people cannot believe that I used to be a cop. I still can't believe I got through it myself. But it was a wonderful experience. And it took me overseas for 13 years. So this is my first time being back in America for the last 3 years. And it's fun,
Wow.
it's exciting. Things have definitely changed from when I left, but the most exciting part about it is now bringing my children into the culture that they've become accustomed to, you know, the European culture. So now getting accustomed to American culture, and it's very different.
It's interesting to say the least, right?
Absolutely, but it's cool because it's a family dynamic that we were blessed with the opportunity to have. So it definitely opens up their realm of possibilities, and their overview and perspective is completely different.
That's awesome, man. Hey, we're going to get into the family dynamic in a little bit, but right now I want to touch on Cornerstone Visionaries. Tell me about it. What you got going on?
Well, Cornerstone Visionaries I created the business because I really love coaching. I've been coaching since 2009, and I love working with families, and I've been doing that since 2011. And I've been doing it just in different capacities. So in 2018, while I was finishing up my master's in human relations counseling, I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and put this together and offer it to the world because this is something that we need. And I prayed about it, and Cornerstone Visionaries just came so clear to me one day, so clear. And what I was doing was I was actually reading my devotion that morning, and it was talking about how God is the chief cornerstone. And so after I read that, I just, was thinking, okay, how am I going to be helping families through this season? And it just became so clear, like, okay, if families is the cornerstone and the backbone of our communities, then that's what my passion is to bring families together to uplift our communities and to enhance our communities. And Cornerstone just birthed from there.
So you do a lot of coaching and consulting. So is it necessarily for, let's say, is it family enhancement, or is it for like family with troubles, or?
All of the above. So I teach, I facilitate various workshops and educational opportunities for families, whether they're just starting a family, they, have older children, whatever the case is. And I provide just different realms of education for that. And for my one-on-one clients, I do coach the families that, they may have a unique need. Maybe they have, children that are now going off to college and they want to help better prepare for that. Or, if they're having issues with communication at home, they want to learn how to stop screaming and yelling so much and just kind of take a more proactive approach to parenting that's healthy for the family. I help coach them through those steps so that way they can reach the goals and visions that they want for their family.
Okay, so what would you say about, let's say you got a wife who's looking to come get some coaching, but they have a husband or significant other that's on the fence, you know, be it background or whatever, they don't really feel comfortable. What would you say to them to kind of let them know that seeking help is not a bad thing?
I always encourage folks, you know, coaching is more like self-care. It's something that never ends. We always walk into situations with blinders on, and sometimes we do need that outside perspective to help us look at situations from different angles. And we're not doing it as a way of telling you this is what you need to do, this is what you must do. No, I'm here to help enlighten you and to help support and encourage you to look at those other areas and foster comfortable ways that you can reach those. If you're unfamiliar with something, you're going to be reluctant to try it. I invite them in to just approach it with the level of curiosity. If this is one thing that's going to help your family progress and grow out of the area that they're in, that you all are in right now, then just be curious, just a little bit of curiosity to see what can she really help us with.
Okay, on that note, we're going to take a quick break so the sponsors can get paid. You know how we do. Hey, this is my 10-minute stories. We'll be back in a sec.
Hi, my name is Queen Pringle, and I am the founder of Cornerstone Visionaries Consulting and Coaching, and this is my 10-minute story.
All right, guys, and we're back. I'm here with Miss Queen Pringle from Cornerstone Visionaries. We kind of got a little bit about the background last segment. Now we're going to find out about the young lady herself. So we kind of talked about initially in the intro about your background and where you're from and how the Army, or excuse me, the Air Force helped you. We're not going to hold that against you. How the Air Force helped just shape you in the security forces. So talk to me. So what else do you do? Do you have any extracurricular activities? Are you a part of any organizations that kind of shape and help mold your idea?
Absolutely. So I am a member first of a wonderful organization of women called Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And I really enjoy this sisterhood because we're professionals and we help each other grow just in different areas. And with that, we do a lot of community service projects, and service to the community is my passion. So truly excited about that. And then some other organizations that I'm a part of is the Family Life Coaching Association and also the National Council of Family Relations.
Goodness, girl. So you're a full-time mom. You got a beautiful budgeting business going on, and then now you got like several organizations. Where do you find the time?
I make time. I'm a single parent, so my kids, they're a part of my business, and they understand that as well. You know, in order for mommy to reach the family goals that we have to impact the community, mommy has to do, you know, X amount of work, because I also work full time for the U.S. Air Force as a civilian. So we work out, you know, checks and balances systems within our family where they know if I'm working on something that's going to take through the evening, then, you know, we'll have a special activity this week, you know, so we'll kind of compensate that time. But, you know, before I started my business, they came on board as their shareholders of the business, you know, because they're taking away from their emotional time and their time of development with mommy. So we definitely fit more fun time back in and more time for us to stay engaged while mommy's building our business. And you know what? It actually inspired them to want to start their own business. My daughter now wants to make bath bombs. She wants to make bath bombs for athletes because she was tired of my son coming home after football using up her stuff. She's tired of the way he smells. So she wants to make kid-friendly bath bombs to help with the athletic kids. So, you know, them watching me is, you know, creating that fire in them to also be entrepreneurs.
That's beautiful, man. Just passing down that entrepreneurial spirit to the next generation and then setting them up as shareholders sets them up for success. That's a great story, man. It was an amazing interview. I'm so glad you came on. Before we get out of here, we got a couple of things we got to do. First thing you got to do, we do a segment called Looking Back. what would you tell the business owner or the veteran who's getting ready to transition, who's thinking about jumping into your area of expertise? What advice would you give them?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. I would, the advice that I would give would be to have a level of self-awareness and tap into your inner strengths. And I say that because oftentimes we get so bombarded with so much information on what to do, how to do it. You can do this, you can get 6 figures, 7 figures. But if you're focusing your goals based upon someone else's success, then that's not going to give you any room for you to really maximize your potential. So if you have a level of self-awareness, you're tapping into your own passion, into your own traits, into your own strengths, then the level of success that you're going to have is going to continue to grow, is going to continue to soar, because you're constantly becoming the best version of who you are and not someone that you're emulating. Find your passion point and go after it hard.
Go get it. That's what I love to hear, man. Hey, Queenie, before we get out of here, or excuse me, Miss Pringle, before we get out of here, where can guys come find you? Where can they find your organization? Where can they hit you up? What social media you got going on? And tell us about some projects you're working on.
Awesome. So you can find me on Facebook at Cornerstone Visionaries Consulting. You can also find me on Instagram with Cornerstone Visionaries Consulting. I'm very active. I'm the one that's engaging when you send a message. You're not hearing from anyone on my team. I keep it real and I keep it personable. I also have a podcast, The Mindful Melanin Project. And once a month, I jump on and I talk about just some of the concerns that's going on in our community in regards to how we're responding mindfully. And then you can also check out my website at www.cornerstonevisionaries.com.
That's it. Hey, you guys heard it here first, man. Make sure you go check out my sister, man. She is doing great and wonderful things. Hey, thanks for being on the show. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure. Guys, we'll see you next week with another amazing episode of My 10-Minute Stories. Remember, keep going out and keep making great stories.